Hi everyone, it's great to be here virtually. I'm sorry I couldn't join you in person. The last CQ Stories event I came to was so fantastic. I came with my wife Angela and we had a real blast. So I'm really sorry to be missing you guys in the flesh, but I'm really grateful that I can still give you a reading. So thanks very much. And I'm going to read from my new novel that's just been released, and it's called Cream, an erotic romance. And before I read to you, I'll just let you in on the scoop. So at this point in the story, the scene I'm going to read you, at this point in the story, Caroline, who is a submissive, who's been taken on by Marcus, who is a rather austere but good-hearted deputy head teacher, an older man than Caroline. They've just been doing quite an intense scene in his closet at work. So they've just arrived home and Marcus has told Caroline to go and draw herself a bath. You should also know that Caroline, this is kind of important for the plot, for the story, is that Caroline is a professional jazz singer, so she loves smoky jazz numbers. That's important to know too. And from the outset, Marcus said that he wanted her safe word, the safe word they negotiated, was double cream. So Caroline has been kind of transfixed as to why Marcus would have suggested cream as a theme for them. So here we go. I'd almost undressed by the time he arrived. My underwear, along with the coat he'd given me, lay discarded on the toilet seat while I stood in only my knickers and stockings. He was carrying a tray on a single hand like a fancy waiter, and he set it down on a cabinet next to the sink. He brought one wine glass filled with white wine, God, I'd have killed for a sip, and 2 candles in jars, which he lit with a match while I unclasped my stockings. There was also a terracotta jug, which surprised me. It wasn't as if he brought coffee or tea, but I surprised myself by letting the question go. It didn't seize me, and the notion made me feel freer somehow. After he'd switched off the main light, he took the milk jug and glass of wine and set them down at the end of the bath. Then he stood and watched me as I slid my knickers down and stepped out of them. Now entirely naked, I climbed into the tub. The water was hot and perfect, and my muscles instantly relaxed, the achiness slipping from my body. I lay back. This was heaven. You're humming, he said. Not in a safe word way, I hope. I looked up. Sorry? Miss Spence, you were humming. I was? You didn't realize? He gave a murmur of a laugh. Sit up, if you please. His eyes glinted in the candlelight as I sat up, and he crouched down beside me so my face wasn't far from his own. It's quite a habit, this music of yours. I apologized again, though in truth I wasn't feeling it. I was tired and just wanted to luxuriate. He must have seen this in my eyes because he tipped his head thoughtfully and said, Are you tired, Miss Spence? I nodded. A little. I bit my lip then, suddenly realizing I should have used his title, but he was scrutinizing something else in me with those intense, dark eyes. So I reached for the wine glass and said, Drink. I gratefully took a sip. The wine was dry and soothing. When I looked back up, he took my glass and held the jug in front of me. Miss Spence, he said, if you'd like to sing, you have my permission. I thanked him. Now, he said, are you ready for cream? Cream, sir? Double cream, he said, like your safe word. Get ready for some coolness on your back. Then he held the jug over me and poured. It was the most incredible sensation. Thick cream, the kind you whip into clouds, fell down my back, unctuous and cool. I moaned just to feel it, and I heard him moan too. Then I felt his hands on my back, rubbing the cream into me, massaging my skin. I relaxed into it, aroused by the sensations, and asked, What are you doing? Before quickly adding, Sir? "Cream is a perfect reward," he said, "and you've earned it, Miss Spence." There was a heaviness in his voice, a lustful appreciation as the cream swirled through the water and against my thighs. Then he rose to his feet and made me fall back into the bath before slowly pouring more of the cream over my chest. It splashed onto me and ran over my breasts in rivulets. I gasped to feel the cool thickness pouring over my nipples, caressing them, chilling them, hardening them with pleasure. I heard him unzip, and when I looked up, he'd set down the jug and was producing his hard cock. "Rub it in," he said, cock in hand, his voice faltering slightly with lust. "The cream." He was breathless now. "Rub it into your breasts." I did as he asked, and God did I feel horny, my fingers rubbing voluptuous cream into my nipples and skin, while Marcus Sir breathed heavily above me, his hand jerking faster and faster on his cock. "God, Miss Spence," he said, "how many times can you make me come in one single night?" He moaned again, long and low. "This is a record." His face seemed to pain with pleasure as his gaze swept down my body. "Rub the cream into your pussy too," he said. The cream had trickled down my belly, so it was easy to arch my spine a little and rub the silken fluids into myself. Marcus Sir was jerking off crazily now, his teeth gritted, his eyes filled with the wildness of an orgy. I felt it too, and just rubbing the cream into my clit was enough to bring me to the brink of climax. I rubbed harder and harder, and he didn't tell me to stop, just kept moving his hand faster until he stumbled forwards, gasping, "I'll cream your body, I'm going to," before coming over me in streams. Against the coldness of the cream, the heat of his cum felt warm, and I found this so deliciously dirty that I climaxed against my fingertips, bucking and bucking as the room spun and blurred. When I finally came down from the high, the bathwater was a mess of spinning, clouding cream. I saw him above me, candlelight flickering over his features as he gently tugged at his still hard cock. His gaze seemed to be filled with glistening amazement. "God, you," he said. Then he repeated, "I knew you were extraordinary as soon as we met, but I never imagined you could make me lose control." Okay, that's it. So thank you very much for listening. It's been a joy to read to you. That is Cream, an Erotic Romance, and you can get it on Amazon as an ebook or in print, and it comes out of Go Deeper Press, where I'm co-founder, co-editor, and we'd love it if you come along and check out our books there too. It's godeeperpress.com. Thank you. I know you're all having an awesome evening. I hope you continue to, and thanks to Kayla and Lily and everyone at the centre for just being so amazing. You guys are fantastic, and I love everything you're doing. Okay, have a sticky night, everyone. Bye-bye.